Immortal cultivation from a different realm descends upon Blue Star. Heavenly Dao will select a lucky individual from each country to enter the immortal realm and live stream the entire process of cultivating immortality. The representatives of each country will share a part of their realm with all citizens. Huaxia Nation is excited. We are familiar with the system of cultivating immortality, but other countries around the world felt gloomy. They must first learn this deadly character. I just didn't expect that after the foreign realm opened. Representatives from other countries have started their romances. Are you still picking at your feet? The compatriots were so angry that they started cursing at you. This is clearly the beginning of the Chanhu. You lightly expressed, "Nation, don't panic. Wait for me to use the emulator to get another golden talent." Thus, you with your golden talent swiftly rise in the cultivation world. You have cultivated to you in Ying 7. Invincible bronze mirror. The people of Huaxia synchronize with the golden elixir mirror. You occupy the dragon vein of Wolong and act forcefully. 100 dragon veins appeared in Huaxia. You asked the celestial sovereign. Huazia directly ascends as a nation. Blue Star, a mysterious and unpredictable voice, echoing in everyone's ears. The entrance to the cultivation world will open in 1 hour, and select a lucky individual from each country to enter the cultivation world, beginning the journey of cultivation. If representatives from various countries die in the cultivation world, we will select one person again from the corresponding country. The representatives' realms in the immortal cultivation world. We will synchronize a portion for all citizens. If the representatives occupy the cultivation resources, it will also be synchronized 100-fold to the country. The journey of everyone in the cultivation world. Live broadcast the entire event. Privacy content not live streamed. Deliberately not wearing clothes will result in punishment. In an instant, people around the world are in turmoil. Whoa, this world really exists. Choose me, choose me. I want to cultivate immortality. The reaction of the people of Huaxia at this moment is still quite normal. It's just surprise and anticipation. But the foreigners were very aggressive. What is cultivation? Why is it the cultivation system of the Huaxia nation? Aren't the number of us Yamato people different? Technique of dancing leaves. The fire crackles incessantly. Governments of various countries. Soon I understood what the cultivation world represented. I can guess. Dada Lvy is entering a world similar to ancient Huaxia. This creates a serious problem. I don't understand Chinese. The largest search engine on the internet, Google. A trending search term in just 1 minute. Surge to the highest search record in history. How to learn Chinese in 1 hour. The answers found are all. You wish. In the eyes of countless foreigners, Mandarin is the most difficult language to learn in the world. None other than this. However, those familiar with Huaxia culture know, compared to Chinese, there is an even scarier form of classical Chinese. This world of cultivation, if it were ancient Huaxia, then any martial arts technique. Click. It cannot be written in plain language. Certainly, it's classical Chinese. Even foreign individuals who understand Chinese are chosen. This is basically a freebie. It is surprising to learn that foreigners actually crazy about learning Chinese. Some people in Huaxia began to gloat. A sense of pride welled up. We're on a path to win effortlessly. That day was meant to bring benefits to us, the Huaxia, feeding flies to outsiders. I heard that some friends have already gotten over the wall, opening a class on the external network. Made a fortune. This 1 hour. It is the most turbulent situation the world has ever seen. The people of Huaxia are eagerly anticipating who the first lucky one will be. Foreigners are striving hard to learn Chinese. Governments around the world are quickly establishing relevant response departments. At this moment, Euaxia Country, City F, in a nondescript little rented room, you are eating instant noodles, while browsing news online, focusing on the events of the immortal cultivation realm opening. It's been a year since I crossed into this parallel world. Because of the attire worn, you don't even have an ID card. Still worried about being found out that there is no birth record at all. Will be taken for experiments. So I kept doing some labor-intensive jobs that didn't require an ID. Moving bricks, washing dishes. Not bitter at all. Someone who has crossed over even gets a pendant. How did it come to my turn? Yet ended up in such a miserable state. Truly extreme yet unfair. You are complaining. At this moment, you suddenly feel something in your heart. A line of text appeared before me. You have been chosen. Become the representative of the Huaxia Kingdom in cultivation. The desire for cultivation will begin in 10 minutes. Please prepare for time travel. The instant noodles in my mouth lost their flavor. It turns out to be the representative of the Huaxia nation in this world of cultivation. It is the fate that I have crossed over to. 10 minutes pass in the blink of an eye. A white light suddenly illuminated in front of me. You have crossed over once again. Excited hands. Trembling heart. Look around. Is this the realm of immortal cultivation? You find yourself on a beach by the sea. At first glance, it looked like a sunny beach resort. As if in a moment, it seems like I can see a group of bikini beauties. The raging waves are rushing towards me. However, in fact, you are the only one here. The sound of the Heavenly Dao's notification rang out again. The representatives of various countries in the cultivation world are now in position. At this moment, you all arrived on the islands off the coast of the Typhoon continent. There is only one person on each island. On the island where each of you resides, they all hold a book of fundamental martial arts. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. You will also find a Chinese character teaching book written in your mother tongue, a low-level storage bag, a spiritual root detection ore, and a small boat. Please explore on your own, for oneself, also for the country behind you. Strive to elevate your realm. As your realms elevate, Heaven's Way will grant you special permissions. Communicate in the world of language. Watching the live stream of Tiandao. Language world exchanges resources. Even returning to the original world, etc. You scratched your head. What happened to the promised cultivation? How did survival on a deserted island begin? The sun is just right. The sun makes one's scalp tingle. Take a look privately. Running to cool off under the coconut tree. Just arrived under the coconut tree. Suddenly, a line of text appeared before my eyes. Detected the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. The Immortal Cultivation Simulator is starting up. Immortal Cultivation Simulator. Through the simulator, I see your future life ahead. After the simulation ends, receive talent rewards and simulation rewards. Talent qualities are divided into white, bring, lead, side, jin wadong. Golden is the best. Your current state. You can have up to 5 talents at the same time. With each elevation of a major realm, talent limit increased by 1. All talents can be changed at any time. In simple terms, it's just about constantly restarting the game. Enhance your own talents. Can still see the life ahead. This is like having a certain level of foresight. In the end, various simulation rewards can still be obtained. Now you have a free simulation opportunity. Can be used. Should it be used immediately? No need to hang up. First, lightning strikes. Immediately use. Divide into two ends. When representatives from around the world entering the immortal cultivation realm, official organizations from various countries responding to this incident. It is also being hastily prepared. Felling speed never disappoints. Not only did the official organization quickly establish itself, even the official live broadcast went online quickly. The host of the first day's live broadcast is a famous radio host, Zhen Xiaoxin. A good man is just me. I am just a little clever. At this moment, the path of celestial cultivation has begun. The representatives of our country already entered the prison of thoughts. Let's take a look. The scene of the Tian Dao live broadcast. Heaven's Path live stream. There are 197 country names to choose from. In the official Huaxia live stream room, the natural live broadcast has started. The live broadcast of Tiandao representing Huaxia. The live broadcast has started. It's just facing your handsome face. Gave a close-up shot. Your basic information is attached beside you. When everyone sees you are 24 years old, still an unemployed drifter, people began to send bullet comments. Is 24 too old to pursue immortality? That's not important. Our Huaxia is truly blessed. Foreigners can't even understand the cultivation techniques. Laughing to death, I am willing to call this wave our Huaxia, directly to the heavens. At the same time, many people also realize that now everyone in the world, in fact, everyone has the chance for immortality. Just look at the representatives from various countries in this foreign land. Can one cultivate to a higher realm? In the live broadcast room of various countries, many locals are sending supportive comments. Their representatives. The strangest thing is, Sakura Nation Heavenly Path live stream, suddenly a large number of foreign spectators flooded in because their country was chosen. It turns out to be an enlightening teacher. San Shangyue. This makes the people of Sakura country. In a moment, I didn't know what kind of supportive comments to send. A lot of people came to join in the fun. They are all good students who have been enlightened by their teacher. Tune up here. Allah. Sakura country is fine. This is very cherry blossom. Put on your clothes. I don't recognize anyone anymore. Cultivation world. On the small island, you are dragging your cheeks. Sitting under the coconut tree, because of what is before you. There is a light screen that only you can see. A line of mosquitoes is constantly scrolling above. Day 1. You arrive in the cultivation world. According to the guidance of the Heavenly Dao, you wander around the small island, searching for cultivation materials. It's getting dark. You gain nothing. Strange beastly cries echoed from the center of the island. You return to the shore. It seems a bit safer here. The next day, you finally picked a coconut. Fourth day, you are in the stone forest in the north. I found a transparent bead. This should be the spirit root detection pearl. You find that you only have 3 bottles of fire spirit root. Great expectations. Day 5. After a few days of exploration, you discover a strange phenomenon. The island is quiet all day long. Aside from plants, not a single living thing can be seen. By evening, it was like a chaotic dance of demons. Island Central Zone. It seems like there are a lot of animals having a party. You don't dare to go check, afraid of becoming the buffet at their party. Day 6. You search for islands during the day, sleeping on the coconut trees by the coast at night. Day 10. The coconut has been nearly ruined by you. You try to evaporate seawater, obtain substitutes for food. but you can't start a fire by rubbing wood. 15th day. You who eat vegetarian every day, a restless longing, preparing to go fishing, spent the day exploring the shallow waters. Nothing gained. You lament that these fish are too slippery. Day 16. You go into the sea to catch fish. Nothing gained. Day 18. You really don't want to continue being vegetarian? You have no choice but to decide. Tonight, we venture deep into the dense forest. Let's see if there are any small animals for a feast. You just entered the forest. It can wrap around a tree. The 10-meter-long python stared wide-eyed at the little one. The python is very happy. It can have a feast tonight. You turn around and run. But the python is faster than you. It caught up. Swallow you whole. You are dead. The simulation has ended. You can choose one from the following days. Survival instinct. By acquired some basic wilderness survival skills. G is just a horse. By you are very brave, not afraid of difficulties. Research spirit. Lu, you have a strong spirit of inquiry. Things that are not understood will be patiently pondered and studied. Must obtain reward. Island exploration memory. After watching the simulation, you made a move. You really can't go into the woods at night. It seems like there are some big guys inside. I actually went to great lengths just to eat meat and ventured into the dense forest. As a result, one lost their life. It might be the first simulation. Life is too short to live for oneself. Too little energy. So the talents that can be gained are not impressive. A short person standing tall among others. You have chosen a slightly higher quality of research spirit. After choosing the talent rewards, memories of exploring the islands for more than 10 days for the reward. It has also merged into your brain. Mingaming remains still in place. But at this moment, you have already understood the terrain of this island. Landform. I have a general understanding now. Do you want to simulate it again? Gain more talents. If I could unlock a talent that changes Lin General, that couldn't be better. But the simulator tells you that you are currently at the mortal realm level. Simulate an event that requires the consumption of spiritual energy. The spiritual power must be integrated with objects of spiritual energy. For example, elixirs. Ritual instrument. Fu and others cultivate immortal supplies. Or perhaps recorded the original foresight of the technique. What spiritual object do you have on hand that can be integrated? At this moment, you suddenly remember the Lin-Gen detection orb. So you get a, based on the memory reward obtained from the recent simulation, walking north along the coastline. Based on the location in memory, you really found the Lin-Gen detection orb. You unfortunately tested it again. On this transparent bead that resembles a crystal ball, a flame emerges. There is a number on top. It really is 3 bottles of Huo Lin General. I never expected to be a grand time traveler. Also equipped with a cheat for a cultivation simulator. The quality of cultivating immortality isn't that high, is it? But it's also thanks to the cheat. This Lin-Gen is not afraid of change. Blue Star, Huaxia Nation, everyone has already seen it through the Tian Dao live broadcast. As soon as you travel back in time, just took a casual break, just turned halfway around. Then I found the Lin-Gen detection orb in the stone forest. This progress is much faster than all other countries. Representatives of cultivation from other countries. Be more positive. At this moment, we are also exploring the island, searching for materials to aid in cultivation. But there hasn't been any harvest yet, but a more negative perspective. They began to complain bitterly. There is still a portion of people directly following the path of cultivation arranged by the Heavenly Dao. Completed wilderness survival. It seems they have taken the foreign land as a paradise. You returned to the area near Jesus Forest again. Your intuition tells you this is a place similar to a beginner's spawn point. There should be safety guarantees. I have already measured my own Lin General. This treasure is useless now. You let the simulator melt this Linju. I didn't expect to only receive 50 spirit points. You angrily curse that this simulator is a scam. So you tentatively asked, can it be simulated with only 50 points? Can forcibly simulate. But there is a time limit. Can only simulate for 30 days ahead. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Let's take a look at the next 30 days. Can I discover those cultivation materials myself and things with spiritual power? Through the first simulation, terrain and landform of the region. There are also memories of searches in these regions. Second simulation, these skills and talents will carry over. The situation will naturally be the same as the first major supplement, because the simulator is based on your current situation and your thoughts to infer your future behavior. Your second simulation. Now begin. The talents you currently possess. 1/5 Spirit of research. Bring. Day 1. You have arrived in the cultivation world. You only found the Lingen detection orb, discovering that I have 3 bottles of fire spiritual roots. You are greatly disappointed. You begin searching the island, a region you are still not familiar with, looking for construction methods. Storage bag, little boat. The next day, you practice climbing trees hard. You have a very salty spirit. Quickly summarize the 18 types of the above actions. You successfully picked a coconut, leaning against the palm trees, sipping coconut juice. The wild fruits in the Yilin forest clashed. You struggle to get by. In the evening, you are at the foot of the cliff in the east. Discovered a small boat stranded here, and record the location. The third day, you are holding a coconut, searching the island while sipping. Very leisurely, in the desolate forest you covet to the west. You begin to study the method of drilling wood to create fire. Because of your spirit of research and talent, you quickly succeeded in creating fire by friction. Day 5. You continue to practice your skills. The body still isn't responding much. Do you feel that your spiritual roots are not of high quality, so it's hard to get started? You began to study freshwater distillation. Using elements from nature, successfully distilled fresh water from seawater. Also obtained some salt. Day 6. Today you continue to practice. A warm sensation finally emerged in the lower dantian. Do you know this is internal energy? This marks your entry into the most refined level. To celebrate this age breakthrough, you sharpened a sharp stone knife, find a sturdy tree branch, making a harpoon, and studied how to fish. I want to indulge in something savory. The 7th day, you are frantically spearing fish in the diving area. Nothing gained. You should brainstorm techniques and methods. The spirit of exploration and talent is at work. 8th day, you caught your first fish. Grilled fish over low heat. Sprinkle some salt. It's incredibly delicious. Feels like life has reached its peak. Day 10. You continuously strengthen your survival skills. And beneath the cliffs near the beach, I found a cave. This place can shield from wind and rain. Angsin Zhu Lion. In the corner of the cave, you found the storage bag. You feel that you are quite lucky. Day 15. You have reached the 2nd level of the emerald body refinement. Day 20. You're getting a bit tired of eating fish too. thinking about going to the forest during the day. Finding some insects or something to spice things up is fine too. Unfortunately, not even a single insect was found. This island, during the day, is filled with plants. There isn't a living thing in sight. Very strange indeed. In the sandy soil of the workshop, you see some stones glowing. You fell into a muddy pit, unaware of its depth. Do not approach those stones. 30th day, you have reached the third level of the emerald body refinement. You find that the QET spirit seems unrelated to talent, as long as you diligently practice in the workshop. Incorporate external physical exercise. You can improve very quickly. Night, you are getting ready to take a break. Suddenly, there was a loud sound of wood striking against stone outside. Let's take a look. You find a blonde woman lying on the beach. She is wearing a modern miniskirt, revealing a pair of long, fair arms. You know she should represent a certain Western country. You have a bold idea. Simulation ends. You can choose one of the following talents. 1. Survival Master Neu. Difficult. You are skilled in all survival techniques. You can survive anywhere you are thrown. 2. I love to eat fish. 5. You like to eat fish. Eating fish instantly lifts my spirits. 3. A person of integrity. Green. Your character is upright and honest. Do you like to eat fish? Never take advantage of others' misfortunes. Must receive a reward. Island exploration memories. I saw the simulator shut down at a critical moment. Qin wanted to curse. Your uncle. Is the content at the back paid? By the way, it's because of that damn 50 zero value. Can only simulate for 1 month. No way. We need to find something else that can fit. What happened next is very important. Confident, there's no need to pick talents for this simulation. Definitely choose the blue quality survival bowl. In an instant, a whole bunch of outdoor survival knowledge poured into Qin Wen's mind. He suddenly felt, this deserted island feels just like my own backyard. To survive here, don't make it too easy. Besides that, there is also a second simulation, reward for the memory of exploring the island for 30 days. Now, construction method, storage bag, position of the small boat, an approximate map of the entire island. Qin understood everything clearly. If there were no memory rewards, during the second simulation process, Qin's journey of exploring the small island, there were only those few words of description just now. No specific memories entered Qin Wen's mind. Through simulation, Qin asked if he could gain some information about the future. For example, the 30th day, a female guest will drift over to this island. There is nothing nearby that can hold it. Qin had no choice but to review the last simulation. Searching for clues, first go and get the construction method. The storage bag has been retrieved. Try practicing a bit. Let's do it. Qin Wen left the seaside yelling once again. First went to the west side of the beach. In a bird's nest on a dead tree. Found him on this small island. The 70 cultivation methods assigned by the Heavenly Dao to prevent raising the suspicions of the live audience. So Qin Wen pretended to act. Climbed a few more trees. Because the survival talent of the Great Bull has been fixed, he climbs trees like a thief now. Du and Tai Gong. This is what Qin Wen obtained. Name of the construction method recorded in the pre-inspection. This might be the most basic technique in the cultivation world. Can only cultivate to the fragile body realm. This also means, I want to become immortal on this small island. It's impossible. Representatives from various countries seeking to advance further. We must find a way. journey to Changshuang continent, searching for better construction methods. Heading towards the shore where small boats can be seen, Qin flipped through the broken body technique. This construction method lacks quality. However, there is a lot of introductory knowledge about cultivation ahead. It is clearly something similar to a beginner's guide. For example, as seen before in the simulator, regarding the currently known classifications of realms. In addition, it also mentioned the types of spiritual roots. There are 7 types of spiritual roots: Jin, Wu, water, fire, earth, ground, sky. Each has its own rank of 9. In this world, there is no such thing as false spiritual roots. Now, no matter how many spiritual roots you have, you can all cultivate immortality. However, decide your talent for cultivation. It is your highest quality spiritual root. For example, you possess 5 types of spiritual roots. 4 of them are all first class. The 5th one is of the 5th rank. So your talent, it's actually about the quality of the 5th grade spiritual root. Cultivation techniques of the immortal realm typically possess 5 elemental attributes. Those who possess corresponding 5-element spiritual roots. Cultivating oneself will yield twice the result with half the effort. Moreover, after use, the power is even greater. Among them, Earth Spirit Root and Heaven Spirit Root is what they call the genius cultivator. They cultivate any martial arts. They are faster than those with 5-element spiritual roots. More powerful. However, these 2 types of spiritual roots are extremely rare, even if it's a top-grade spiritual root. They are all individuals sought after by various celestial sects. And knowingly, Qin arrived at a place where he could see, at the edge of the cliff by the small boat. Silently memorizing the location here, Qin knew there was a cave nearby. Inside, there is an initial storage bag issued by the Tao of Heaven. Soon, the cave has also been found. The temperature here is just right. It can shield against wind and rain again. It is a great place for peaceful cultivation. Picked up the storage bag. Qin tried to open it. But this is the possession of a cultivator. You can't open it with sheer brute force. It probably requires spiritual power or some incantations. Duan Tai Gong, it introduces the method of using storage bags. Qin pondered, maybe in the simulator, simulating the moment of opening a storage bag in the future. This way, you can know how to open the storage bag. The technique cannot accommodate. This is the original. There are insights left by those who created the cultivation techniques above. Cultivating makes it easier to comprehend. The storage bag can't hold anything more. We still don't know what the things inside are. I want to simulate. What should be accommodated? Qin had a sudden flash of inspiration. I remembered that it was mentioned during the second simulation. In the swamp of collapse, there are some glowing stones. This unusual thing, it must have spiritual power. It's decided this is the thing. However, right now, Qin plans to try cultivating first. Du and Tai Gong, let's see if we can get from a mortal breakthrough to become a fragile body cultivator. Blue Star, Jandao live stream room. In the eyes of the audience, Qin's behavior just now was like this. After obtaining the precious pearl, back at the beach, sat there and zoned out for a while, again wandering around the island, climbed a few trees. It looks like they want to take a bird's nest, but gained nothing. I didn't expect to find it in one of the bird nests. Discovered the cultivation method. Right behind, while watching the cultivation technique, walking aimlessly. As I walked along, I saw the location of the small boat. And He seems to want to go into the sea. Pull the small boat up. The result is at the cliff by the shore. Discovered a cave. Yet there were cabinets in the cave. Goodness gracious! This luck is outstanding. On the first day, the Tiandao was placed on the island. All the supplies have been found, although Qin Wenling's root quality is not high. But it seems like luck is on their side. I would call it the child of destiny. Our Huaxia already occupies the advantages of time and place. It seems that one can still occupy a person now. We have hope now. Qin will definitely not let us down. The bullet comments are filled with a joyful atmosphere. Everyone in Huaxia is looking forward to the near future. Everyone encounters flight. The immortal cultivator. That was just amazing. In the official live stream room of Huaxia, host Zhen Zioxian also expressed her feelings repeatedly. Qin's luck is off the charts. Digging into a bird's nest reveals a secret technique. Discovered a small boat while taking a walk. Accidentally found a storage bag. This is simply a script for a light novel male protagonist. One of the guests beside, Bayu from the Magic City, said with some concern, "But after all," Qin asks the representatives of other countries, "they are still not cultivators. Even if I can cultivate immortality, the first realm can't even achieve fasting, right?" Bing Bing seemed to know what the master of Magic City wanted to say. Yes, yes, yes. If you can't fast, those people will be forced by others. So, at the beginning of this period, a person knowledgeable in wilderness survival, there will be a significant advantage. Otherwise, may not have waited until the cultivation was successful. I will die of hunger. Zhen Zioxian flipped through the Heavens Dao live streams from other countries. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. That makes sense. Let's take a look at the celestial cultivators from other countries. How is the performance? Bond of the land of the never-setting sun. It is said that he is a royal agent. He has already used wild grass, branch, stone, and such. Set up a homemade tent, and it's in the tree. This muscular man from the lighthouse country, Stephen, not only strong, there are some basic survival skills. He has already caught fish in the sea. Ivanov from the bear country, Tapal, Lai Keelan, Sve. This person's name is really long. This guy directly dove into the sea and swam out to the open water. This. It's a bit excessive, isn't it? This is about swimming to the mainland. Sakura countries. Hey, I'm not very familiar with this lady. She looked a bit confused. It seemed like I was crying the whole time just now. Now it should be tears. I don't know how she will handle herself later. The first day of cultivating the Tao, representatives from various countries felt bewildered. Some are afraid. Some face it positively. Some began to showcase their skills. The myriad aspects of life, the mindset of these people, will be forced into the sea. The first dark night in the world beneath the sea. The time on Blue Star seems to be synchronized with this world. The cultivation world has fallen into darkness. It's dark over here too. However, live broadcasts in various countries have not stopped. Like on this side of Huaxia country, Zhen Zian hosted for most of the day. It's definitely time for a shift change. By evening, there will be other hosts and guests taking the stage. Just as the simulators said, the first day of trying to practice the broken body technique. Indeed, there was no reaction at all. As the technique of the fragile mirror, this technique requires careful cultivation of inner strength. You also need to incorporate external force training. For example, running. Inversion. Let it adapt to the refining mirror. Guide the spiritual energy of heaven and earth into the body. Otherwise, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth will forcibly enter the body. For mortals, the pain is excruciating. During cultivation, weak perception of time. Mingaming felt it was just the blink of an eye, but it's already dark outside. It's getting dark. There will be some creatures moving around on the island. Unsafe. Let's wait until tomorrow to get those glowing stones. Is there only one way left? Sometimes cold old demons set. It is still very useful. This cave is located halfway up a cliff by the coastline. Only a narrow strip of rock can lead to the shore. So, unless there are goats around. Otherwise, it's very safe. The first night in the cultivation realm. And so I fell asleep peacefully. And the representatives from other countries, it doesn't feel so reassuring anymore. The island where everyone is located. By evening, inside the island, the closer you are to the center, various strange animal sounds. The waves rise and fall. It is escalating more and more. Many people stayed up all night. They don't dare to fall asleep, afraid of being attacked by some animal. Gave it to eat. Those who can climb trees are up in the trees. Feel a bit more at ease. Those who can't climb trees. I can only stand by the shore, as if preparing to jump into the water and run away. The audience of Blue Star, through the Heavenly Way live broadcast, I could faintly hear those strange cries. Suddenly, one by one, they all started to worry for their representatives. Although one has died, then choose the next one to go past. But look at the current situation. It seems that going there isn't a blessing. Let others suffer instead. The people of Huaxia feel the most at ease. May I stay with that beast? The hard-to-enter cave. Is there anything else you're worried about? A night without words. The next morning, bright and early. May I ask if you have left the cave? Go to the western beach, looking for those glowing stones. Indeed, there is. Yesterday I was too focused on studying the construction methods. No one noticed these stones. The glowing stone, all soaked in the dark, muddy pit. The swamp's depths are carefully arranged. May I ask why you didn't go down to fetch the stones recklessly? At this moment, the talent of the survival expert. It has started to take effect. Please take a look around. Find some vines. Weave it into a net bag. He found a long, hard tree branch again. There are also some very resilient wild grasses. Tie the net bag to the branch. Made a primitive fishing net, standing by the muddy pit. Then, with a gentle sweep, the glowing stones in the mud pit, he just pulled up several. Accommodate these stones. Text prompts appear before me. You have accommodated the low-grade spirit stone, star no 5. Gained 500 spiritual power points. It turns out these glowing stones, it is a spirit stone. Spiritual stones are essential resources for cultivators. Just because he can serve as currency, exchange with others, now you understand its importance. Qin, not omnipotent. But there is no money. Absolutely not. Suddenly gained 500 spirit points. Please don't rush the simulation. First, bring up all the spiritual stones here. The spirit stone is soaking in the mud pit. It is very unscientific. This is probably the initial supplies prepared by the Heavenly Way for the representatives of various countries. It was just the initial hint that wasn't mentioned, but rather to let everyone explore the island on their own. Then it cannot be ruled out. Are there any other cultivation materials that haven't been mentioned? It seems there's no shortage of spiritual energy to simulate now. May I ask how long we've been in this mud pit? Caught 19 spirit stones. 5 pieces were melted down, turned into gray garbage. a stone without spirit, the remaining 14 pieces. He was taken away by him using a homemade net bag. "Excuse me, can you return to the coconut grove behind the beach?" "In the shadow of the coconut grove." "Sit on the ground. The third simulation has begun." "Your third simulation. Now it begins. The talents you currently possess: diligent spirit, preen, survival bull, blow. Your current realm is mortal. Simulate an event that requires consuming spiritual energy. Consumed 100 spirit power. Remaining 400. Day 1. You are in the sandy soil on the west side of the island. Picked up 19 low-grade spirit stones. Very happy. The next day, you try to practice the duety gong. A warm current flows through the body. Do you know this is internal energy? This means you officially stepped into the fragile body level 1. The third day, you are a survival expert. Fire by friction, seawater distillation, fishing in the water and such. It's all for you. A piece of cake. You are living quite comfortably on the small island. There is no real pressure here. You feel utterly carefree and happy. Sometimes I see some fertile land on the island. Do you even want to plant something? However, you have suppressed your innate talent for farming deep down. Cultivating is the priority right now. Day 4, you diligently practice the split body technique, and according to the introduction of the cultivation method, perform an inversion, running wild, swimming, practicing the horse stance and other external training. 5th day, you are training and exercising. Day 6, you are training and exercising. Day 10, your realm has reached the second layer of the fragile body. Your physical condition is rapidly improving. The 20th day, on weekdays, in addition to exercising, you continue searching for enchanted objects on the island. This day, you discovered a meadow deep in the jungle. There are only these weeds here. Not a single tree has grown. Plants do not conform to the layering pattern of forest ecosystems. Do you still remember high school biology? Makes you realize these herbs should not be ordinary. You quietly noted the location of the strange grass. Day 21, you had a sudden inspiration. Want to simulate while simulating. Bring a nesting doll. Is it possible to exploit a bug? Give up. This simulator has no bugs. Day 22, your realm has broken through to the third layer of the fragile body. The 30th day, in the hopes you've been longing for. A certain blonde beauty's broken ship has finally crashed onto your island. You have already positioned yourself in the place where she will be washed ashore. You have already been lonely for 30 days, looking at the legs exposed by the short skirt. A blonde beauty lying on the sand. A bold idea emerged. Day 31, you still suppress that bold idea because the person is still unconscious. That idea is too twisted. Do you think of yourself as a person with moral integrity? Say it again. Isn't this live streamed the whole time? You can't do anything too extreme. You carried the blonde beauty back to the cave. You took off her wet clothes, drying by the bonfire. Cover her with a homemade grass mat for warmth. You saved her not because you are a saint, but it's just that being alone on a deserted island is too boring. Time has passed. You fear that you are neurotic. Someone is here to chat with you. It's a good choice. You examined her body. She has no boundaries at all. So there's no worry about her having ulterior motives. Because she definitely can't beat you. In every sense. Day 32, the blonde beauty wakes up. Thank you for saving her. And introduce myself. She is the representative of Ermau country. Her name is Natasha. She was originally doing well on her own island, But a few days ago, there is a foreigner. For everyone, the others are all foreigners. Reached her island, want to plot against her. Then she took the risk and escaped in a small boat, encountering storms along the way. Drifted to Qin Wen here, the 33rd day. There is someone by my side. You feel that sense of loneliness and oppression in your heart. Released quite a bit. At least there's someone to talk to. Indeed, humans are social animals. You learned this from Natasha. Foreigners can indeed find a Chinese language textbook on the island. It is written in their mother tongue. Natasha has no boundaries. It's just because she still hasn't fully learned Chinese characters. The pronunciation is also quite awkward. You've been talking to her for a long time. I barely understood. Day 34. Two lonely souls. It seems that some kind of wonderful chemical reaction has occurred. You feel that Natasha's gaze towards you is a bit off. Day 35. You came back from fishing. Natasha lay on the grass mat in the cave. Clothes at half-time. The atmosphere is a bit ambiguous. You shake your head. He told her sternly, "You save her. It's not about entangling her body." Natasha continued to speak. Huaxia is indeed a nation of etiquette. She wished she could be a citizen of Huaxia. Day 36. Natasha is very virtuous. She is not someone who lives in luxury. She helps you do the laundry, picking wild fruits, draw a map of the small island. But by evening, she looked at you with a very ambiguous gaze again. You suppress the turmoil in your heart again. I'm thinking about live streaming. The 37th day. By nightfall, Natasha looked at you with a flirtatious gaze again. You think to hell with the live stream. Anyway, the private scenes won't be live streamed. Since you're here, let's get started. Then, this night, the secrets of human body structure in the East and West, you discussed it in depth 7 times. Yet this was Natasha's first time engaging in such discussions. You are very satisfied. The 38th day. This day, people from Blue Star cannot see it. Your live stream with Natasha. They are itching with anticipation, directly calling mistake the nemesis of human evolution. Day 39. You should exercise some moderation. Cultivating oneself is the real business. Day 40. Waking up in the morning. You discover that Natasha is dead. You have a fierce expression. There was no discussion last night. Her lips were purple when she died. It feels like being poisoned. You checked her body again. She discovered a pair of bite marks on her ankle. Seeing this, Qin Wen is just like himself in the simulator, with a fierce expression. How to say it's dead. Life just like in the simulator. It feels quite beautiful. I didn't expect to be beautiful for just a few days. The person is gone. A pair of bite marks. Is it a snake? Those animals that are active at night. Myself and Natasha. It should live in a cave. That cave in the middle of the night. I can't believe a snake got in. Isn't it fortunate that Natasha is here? Otherwise, it's yourself who will die. She took the knife for her. You buried Natasha by the seaside. A bit melancholic. She is a very optimistic person about life. Spending 10 days with her, you can tell she has no ulterior motives. People are very naive. She is also very virtuous. Also no gratitude. You reflected on the fragility of life, strengthened the resolve to pursue immortality. Her storage bag now belongs to you. Day 60. You have reached the 5th level of the fragile body realm. Natasha's death seems to have stirred you. Let your mindset change dramatically. From now on, you can endure the solitude of cultivation, unless food and water supplies run low. You never come out of the cave. devoting oneself to the enhancement of one's realm. Day 90. You have reached the sixth layer of the fragile body realm. Day 150. You have reached the seventh layer of the fragile body realm. 200 days. You have reached the eighth layer of the fragile body realm. 300 days. You have finally reached the ninth level of the crispy body realm. You know there's no need to stay on this small island anymore. It's time to leave here, heading to the mainland, seeking a stronger cultivation method. I have entered the immortal gate. At this moment, physical fitness has far surpassed that of ordinary people. The internal energy is also abundant. From the broken body technique, I also learned a few moves. You're a bit full of yourself. I feel before leaving, I want to go to the center of the island tonight. What exactly are those strange creatures making those noises? The 301st day. You are holding a homemade stone gun. Entered the depths of the dense forest at midnight. You discovered, clearly there isn't a living thing in here during the day. But at night there were wild wolves, giant python, fierce tiger. There was even a praying mantis as tall as a person. The size and appearance of these animals. And in your impression, there are some discrepancies. They are still very ferocious. Attacks anyone it encounters. You still possess the strength of the 9 layers of the crisp body realm, relying on mediocre skills, barely able to take a step back. After killing a 2-headed wild wolf, you cut open its belly. A glowing orb was discovered. You guess this is a demon elixir. So these strange animals. Actually, they are all demon beasts. Day 302. After 2 nights of exploration, you have confirmed something. The islands you have descended upon. There should have been many magical beasts active, but all are forbidden by the will of heaven. It won't appear during the daytime, even if it appears at night. Nor will I go to the edge of the small island, the most powerful among the demonic beasts. It should be comparable to chi-refining. You are aware that your strength is insufficient. So I gave up on the kill, the idea of capturing the demon beast and retrieving the demon core, to avoid capsizing in the dark. Day 303, you bring some food and water. We boarded the small boat and set sail. You don't even know where the mainland is. Decide to drift aimlessly in one direction. Let's choose the south for the first time. Day 304. You encounter a fierce storm with towering waves. The boat capsized. All the food and water fell into the sea. You are holding a broken wooden board. Continue to go with the flow. Day 305. You are drifting at sea. Day 306. You are drifting at sea. The 307th day. You are both hungry and thirsty. I already feel dizzy and faint. The 308th day. The vast sea stretches endlessly in all directions. You are in despair. Day 315. After persisting for over 10 days, you, who has refined your body to the 9th level, still can't hold on. Life ends. You are dead. Simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following talents. 1. Sudden inspiration. Brain. Strange thoughts always pop into your mind unexpectedly. Maybe it can help you break through your cultivation bottleneck. 2. Chewy Hoozy. Bloop. Your swimming skills are excellent. As soon as I got in the water, it felt like home. 3. No women in my heart. When there are no members of the opposite sex around you, cultivation speed doubled. This talent will affect your personality, making you more of a straight man. However, the cultivation speed will also become increasingly straightforward due to personality, and the increase is multiplying more and more. Must obtain the reward. See craftsmanship, purple talent, Is this the first time you've encountered purple? Although it's not the best gold. But looking at the talent description, already quite impressive. No women in my heart. Cultivating natural deities. Is there even a need to choose? Of course, this is the choice. Although this talent introduction says, it seems one must avoid the temptations of women. But may I ask if it should just be taken literally? As long as during cultivation, as long as there are no girls around, training is complete. Go find another woman. It shouldn't have an impact. You can try turning back. If it doesn't work, just change it. Anyway, all the fixed talents can be done after a simulation. Replace it with a new one. As for how it affects one's personality, it becomes increasingly straightforward. It doesn't matter anymore. This is the cultivation world. Strength is paramount. Survival of the fittest. What use is a warm-hearted man? As long as you have strength, that's enough. After selecting talents, the skills of going to sea for rewards flooded into my mind. May I ask what has emerged in your mind? The final days. Memories of sailing on the sea. Actually, there's nothing much. It's all the sea. Grandma is the sea. After this simulation, may I ask if you've gathered quite a bit of information again? Sail south when heading out to sea. It seems like we're going in the wrong direction. Don't mention the mainland. Not a single island can be seen. Additionally, on the island of descent, there is stillness. Let those magical beasts that originally lived on the island. The day has completely vanished. Only appears at night. And they won't get close to the island's shore. Wait a moment. I suddenly thought of a question. If these demon beasts, even in the evening, activities began to unfold, they won't come to the shore either. Where did the snake that bit and killed Tasha come from? Isn't a snake a magical beast? It's an ordinary snake. May I ask what you think? We need to do another simulation. We need to figure out the cause of Tasha's death. If you don't clarify for oneself, this is also a potential danger. Thinking of this, may I consume another 100 spirit points? The fourth simulation has begun. The cultivation simulator with continuously emerging text. Only ask yourself what you can see. Viewers on Blue Star watching the Heavenly Dao live stream. It's something that can't be seen at all. In their eyes, the next day after scooping up some stones from the sandy soil, returning to the coconut grove by the beach, sitting there with empty eyes, occasionally smiled with a grin. From time to time, he furrows his brows, a tense expression. What are you doing? Could this be what cultivation is? Daydreaming is a form of cultivation. Then I daydream in class every day. Isn't everyone living in a machine now? Sometimes he laughs in a very lewd way, sometimes with a sad expression. I have lost my mind. Cultivators are indeed unlike ordinary people. In the official live streaming room, daytime host Zhen Zioxian, they are also discussing the peculiar behavior of the guests. Xiao Yaojij, what do you think about the current situation? As the audience said, are you having mental issues? Gu Yu thought for a moment. Dao, it can't be that serious. This is only the second day, even if it's for one person's life, resulting in significant mental stress. It shouldn't collapse on the second day, right? I think, is everything all right now? He was just resting. Let your imagination run wild. It's just like sometimes we do ourselves. I will also stand alone in front of the mirror, learn the moves of a superhero. Gu Yu made a gesture, as if launching a beam of light. Ju Don nodded. I was thinking about a new song. It will be like this too, both crying and laughing. Don't worry. Gen Zion looked towards the outdoor survival enthusiasts. Magu City Bai. He seems to have a strong voice on this matter. The master of the Magic City said, if a person lives alone in the wilderness for a long time, not to the point of madness, but it will revert to ancestors. It has become commonly known as a wild person. Language ability, social skills will deteriorate. But the premise is long-term. It's only the second day. I believe everyone can rest assured. It must be normal. Because of the representatives of the immortal cultivation world, it concerns the entire nation. Will there be a realm in the future? It can also increase assistance. So, the entire nation is highly concerned. It is obvious. Heightened attention. Sometimes it can evolve into excessive concern, noticing something a bit off. Everyone will be worried. After discovering this, Euaxia official, a group of experts from various fields was urgently assembled. Enter the official live stream room, discussing the visuals of the Tiandao live stream with the guests, to stabilize some unnecessary worries among the public. Zhu Zion World. On the island, may I ask about the fourth simulation? It has begun. Your fourth simulation. Now let's begin. The talents you currently possess. Spirit of exploration. Brain. Survival big bull. But no woman in my heart. Your current state is a mortal simulation. Need to consume spiritual power. Consumed 100 spiritual power points. Remaining 300. Day 1. You found a lot of snacks. Very happy. You tried to cultivate. Duan Tai Gong. Could not get started. The next day. You are a survival expert. Wilderness survival. It's as simple as having a party in the backyard at home. You are living very comfortably. You attempt to cultivate. Duan Tai Gong. Easily break through. Arrived at the first layer of the crisp body realm. The third day. You continue to cultivate. Easily break through. Arrived at the second layer of the crisp body realm. You feel sentimental. Indeed, there is no woman in my heart. Cultivating the natural deity. Day 5. You have reached the third layer of the fragile body realm. Day 10. You have reached the fourth layer of the fragile body realm. You sigh. This cultivation speed is like riding a rocket. When there are no women around. Cultivation speed. Not just doubled. You are not looking forward to the arrival of Natasha at all now. The 30th day. You have reached the fifth level of the fragile body realm. This month, aside from cultivation, I still often explore the island during the day. I want to find more spiritually powerful objects. But apart from that strange patch of grass, nothing else has been found for now. Nighttime. The familiar stormy winds and huge waves struck again. Natasha in a white outfit and a mini skirt. It was no surprise that, lying on the shore of your island. Day 31. You carried Natasha back to the cave again. Check your health. Drying clothes. Use a blanket to warm up. 32nd day. Natasha wakes up. Translating into English, using the language of sweat from falling. Thank you for saving her. She is willing to repay you with her body, to exchange for staying by your side. Receive your protection. Anyway, you saw everything. You gasp. Why are you being so direct this time? It seems like every simulated situation. They all have subtle differences. You resolutely refuse. This time, there was not even a stir in my heart. It might be talent that has influenced your personality, and you think about it. If there are women around, the cultivation speed will slow down. You even want to drive her back into the sea. But to find out the cause of Natasha's death, discovering potential dangers, you reluctantly kept her around. Natasha sees you as such an upright gentleman. I have grown more fond of you. The 33rd day, Natasha devotedly serves your daily needs. I'll handle the chores for you. With the stone scissors you made, I'll cut your hair. Chaging, a maid's appearance. Although talent can no longer play a role, but some trivial matters in life have been taken care of by someone. There was actually more time for cultivation. The 36th day, Natasha seduces you every night. You have a very straightforward personality. Unmoved. The 37th day, after a deep discussion with Natasha, you think it smells really good. It has come 7 times again. Day 39. This night, you brought Natasha to the cliff above the cave. Blowing cold wind, Natasha thought, "Do you want to change the environment to discuss?" Half-heartedly accepting. But in waiting, you scold him with a blank expression. Do not make a sound. It's so noisy. You in the 5 layers of the crispy body. Witten, listening. Much better than average. Midnight. You borrow the moonlight. I saw a green snake sneaking into your cave. At the same time, you hear a flute sound that seems both present and absent. I didn't hear it last time. It's because the last simulation reached this point. You haven't reached the 5th level of the brittle body cultivation yet. You told Natasha to stay on the cliff and not to leave. You chased after the sound of the flute. Day 40, early morning. The sound of the flute keeps moving. You follow the sound of the flute. You follow the sound of the flute. You are on the beach at the other end of the island. Saw someone with a white bandage on their head. A dark-skinned man is playing the flute. It turns out that he is controlling that snake. He controls more than one snake. He said he wants to use the snake, searching the island for any celestial cultivators. Then they robbed. I was actually ready to leave. I didn't expect you to show up. He asked you to hand over the storage bag. Otherwise, I'll kill you, and showed you his crispy 2nd layer. The ability to shatter rocks with a single punch. You let out a cold laugh. Showed him your crispy 5 layers. The ability to shatter rock with a single punch. Asanji forces fiercely, kneeling down on the spot to beg for mercy. You forced him to hand over the storage bag, then jumped into the sea to commit suicide. Asanji was only pretending to beg for mercy. In fact, the poisonous crabs were secretly released. The poisonous crab walks beneath the sand. You didn't notice. Bitten by a poisonous crab. You are poisoned. Feeling weak all over. Foaming at the mouth. Fallen on the beach. Day 41. You collapsed from poisoning. Feeling unwell all over. But I can still barely hear and see. You saw Asanji take away your storage bag. Attack method. Natasha didn't listen to you and stayed in place. He is worried about your safety, looking everywhere for you. The result was discovered by Asanji. Asanji said, "So you ran here." It turns out that it was he who fell initially. Foreigners with ulterior motives. This is the Asan. Asan forcibly took away Natasha. Natasha fought desperately against it. He hit and scolded him again, covered in blood. Day 42. The poison you carry may not be fatal, but your position on the ground is not good. During high tide, you are dragged into the depths of the sea, unable to rise. You drowned. Seeing this, Qin's eyes flashed with green. Damn-san, I will definitely kill you. Originally visiting one's own island. Not just that Tasha. There is also a representative from the kingdom of the white elephant. I didn't see him during the first simulation. Perhaps it was a missed opportunity with him. At that time, he probably thought there was no one on the island. So they left the next day. Now I know 40 days later. The lewd and malicious white elephant Asen will arrive. Qin Wen has already made up his mind. I'll definitely take him out then. The simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following talents. 1. Easily susceptible physique. By. You eat very little at each meal. And no matter what I eat, I never gain weight. 2. Toxic transformation. Lu. Your body will gradually dissolve ordinary toxins. And after being poisoned, temporarily does not affect actions. And their fighting strength will increase. The poison within is more severe. The more temporary combat power is increased. 3. Anti-poison physique. Blue. Your body can resist common toxins. No signs of poisoning will occur. Must earn the reward. Cultivation techniques. In this talent show, 2 talents related to poison have emerged. The quality is the same. One will show signs of poisoning after being poisoned, but it will slowly dissolve. Moreover, their combat ability becomes stronger during the poisoning period. The other one won't get poisoned directly. Which one to choose? They all have blue talents. In fact, they will eventually be replaced by better talents. So please don't dwell too much on it. Toxic transformation, although it will still be addictive, but it will slowly dissolve the toxins. Moreover, one becomes stronger during the poisoning period, increase the possibility of countering the enemy. Both talents mentioned ordinary toxins. This is ordinary. Could you please clarify what you understand? The poison that an ordinary person can obtain. The poison concocted by the cultivator. It might be unavoidable, because it's not ordinary. After choosing the talent, the techniques for earning rewards have also merged into my mind. During the 4th simulation process, scenes from my training flashed before my eyes. Those that require time to ponder. Research material. Suddenly, everything became clear. The complete guide to Danshan skills. May I ask if it is ready? Reciting it backwards fluently. Since you are so skilled with the technique now, then try to practice a bit. It is also inevitable. May I ask about the introduction to the practice methods? A gentle breath. The inner power has manifested. The crispy layer has advanced further. So smooth. Cultivation techniques. It's like having studied in advance. After countless repetitions, I went to take the exam. I could solve those problems with my eyes closed. Top left corner of the Tiandao live stream room. It has always been accompanied by deist cultivators. Basic information. May I ask for the information? Boundary line. Suddenly, from a mortal, it has turned into a crispy layer. In an instant. Nationwide sensation. No, it caused a global sensation. Then you, representative of Huaxian nation. The next day, the crispy layer was added. Our elegant Miss Zai, still learning to climb trees and pick coconuts. Side T. The Huaxian nation is indeed pulling another strategic bluff. Are you still deceiving us? Only a 3rd grade fire spiritual root. 3rd rank talent. How did I break through with just 1 cultivation? That's too easy, right? This luck of asking. That's awesome. Smetet. Go Appa. Quickly find the cultivation method. You go check the bird's nest too. Agent Bond. Your progress is falling behind. Agent Bond relies on his keen investigative instincts. They also gathered all the supplies in one day. He also understands Chinese. The highest spiritual root is the 8 flat water spiritual root. Why is the speed still not as good as asking? Ivanov finally gave up his absurd idea of swimming to the mainland. Quick, find the supplies. The Huaxia kingdom has already far surpassed others. In the Huaxia official live stream room, host, pest, experts from various fields. Everyone is very happy at this moment. Jen Zioxian chuckled as he read the comments on the screen. You call the netizens of Yexi Guafu village. Why do I feel like I no longer have any aspirations? The way of heaven does not say. The entire nation behind the cultivation of immortality. Will it also synchronize to a part of the realm? Sai, this doesn't require an expert. Cyan knows why. Everyone, don't be so anxious. May I ask if you have just completed the first layer of body tempering? Even if the way of heaven synchronizes part of it to you, how much can you get? Is it the first layer of the body tempering at 0.1? Zion estimated. At least we have to wait until we reach the next great realm. We, the entire Huaxia nation, only then can we synchronize to a little bit of realm. There is one more person. Netizen Yilais Yang said, the way of heaven does not say that the realm has been elevated. Will special permissions be granted? Is there? We are from the Huaxia Heavenly Dao Cultivation Office. The latest accurate news I have learned. There shouldn't be any special permissions appearing. Official speculation. It's still because the realm is too low. It's only the first realm. Just want special privileges? It's not that easy. Look again. The user with the nickname Huachuan said that power doesn't matter. It's all about riding the waves. Isn't that impressive? Finding things is faster than the sun never setting agents. Cultivating is faster than the wine spirits of the Lighthouse Nation. He is absolutely a child of spirit and charm. Zion expressed, you are right. Beside, Gu Yu spoke. Everyone was just worried about whether I had schizophrenia. It turns out I was worried for nothing. Is that right? Judong took a sip of milk tea. Dao. I said he was deep in thought. Bing Bing sweetly smiled and said, everyone has been supportive, so please just ask. He won't let us down. May I ask, among the representatives from 197 countries worldwide, the first breakthrough to the fragile mirror. This news has not only caused a stir domestically, extensive coverage. It has sparked a strong public reaction abroad. After all, no one wants their country to fall behind. Unfortunately, I can't contact my representative right now. Otherwise, they would definitely urge me to get up. Zion sword. On the small island. Discussions and reactions on the blue planet. May I ask if nature knows nothing at all? He gently took a sip. We have just broken through to the first layer of the fragile mirror. Suddenly, I became less anxious about my cultivation, planning to simulate once more. Let's see if we can take down that Asan this time. Then began his age of exploration. That's right. Asan's behavior of robbing on the island gave Qin immense inspiration. This is the age of exploration. Who becomes stronger first? Who sets sail first? Whoever can scavenge the most supplies. If every island has snacks, scour the area. That is quite a significant fortune. In addition to the many days of deist cultivators' storage loans for their expeditions. As the original capital for cultivation, it has already become quite fruitful. Is there no language barrier? With the cultivation talent blessed by a heart devoid of women, he believes that even if his spiritual root quality is not high, but among all the representatives, the cultivation speed in the early stages should also be quite fast. Originally, the brittle mirror didn't rely on talent. It all depends on who practices diligently. Simulator, simulate it again. This time I will definitely take down a San. Conquering the sea. Your current state is a fragile mirror. Simulate an event that requires 1,000 spiritual energy points. Your current Remaining spiritual power is 300. Insufficient spiritual power. Simulation failed. You can choose to force a simulation, but it can only simulate up to 30 days later. I rubbed my eyes. Make sure you are not mistaken. No wonder it always reminds me of my current state. The required spiritual power value for a simulation. Waiting here, the price has increased. Because of personal growth, simulate the required spiritual energy value, directly increased by 10 times. Have you played similar games? Suddenly faced with a dilemma. It's the edge of cultivation. By Anmoni, I won't cultivate anymore. Always simulating. Until I developed great talent. From the simulator's prompt, it's not hard to see. Simulate a required spiritual power value related to the great realm. Otherwise, it wouldn't indicate that the current state is a fragile mirror, but instead it became a layer of crisp. So, may I ask if I can cultivate? But it's best to refine it to the 9th layer of crisp, because once you break through to the refining tool realm, it seems it will increase by 10 times again. A low-grade spirit stone is only worth 100 spirit power. If 10,000 spiritual energy points were simulated once, that would be equivalent to 100 low-grade spirit stones at once. Ling stones are not cabbages. How can one casually handle so much? The simulator simulates every time, can bring useful talents to oneself, constantly simulating talent upgrades. Clearly the right way to play. If we could create a bunch of golden talents, that is a perfect start. After much contemplation, have you thought it through? On this archipelago, do not deliberately suppress your cultivation. Anyway, the broken body technique. The highest level that can be refined is the 9th layer of the brittle body, after refining to the 9th layer of the crispy body. If you're not satisfied with the talents you possess, just keep simulating, not reaching the refining tool mirror. However, the spiritual energy required for the simulation is considerable. If your strength has always been low, I want to obtain materials for cultivating immortality. It's not an easy task either. First, refine it to the crispy 9 layers. Let's see what resources we have at that time. Let's make a decision. Could you please ask your question? Thoughts on using emulators. It will not affect its actions in the simulator. The simulator has spoken. The simulation process cannot be applied to all. So, the simulated life displayed in the simulator, it's equivalent to having no emulator. Then, once you reach the crispy layer of the 9th level, there will be no further enhancements. Continuing to use the simulator to grind for talents like this. It will not appear during the simulation. That way, it will be layer upon layer. It has entered an infinite loop. The simulator has spoken. Such a bug will not occur. It's good to ask if you have a spirit of inquiry and talent. Otherwise, at this time, it's a bit convoluted. In reality, the future me might stay in the crispy 9 layers for a while in order to unlock better talents, but the me in the simulation, not bound by my thoughts, will do it when I feel it's appropriate. Do what needs to be done. After clarifying one's behavioral logic in reality and simulation, may I ask if the 5th simulation has started? First, we need to store some more snacks. Exchange for 0 power value. You successfully received the signal for subpar snacks 7. Gained 700 power points. The simulator currently has 0 energy value. There are only 7 pieces of low-quality snacks left. It's just another simulation next time. Forget it. Let's first check the situation with this simulator, your 5th simulation. Now begin. The talents you currently possess. Spirit of exploration, green, Survival Big Bull. Let no women in my heart. Du Bayan Tai Jai. That your current state is Kui Tai Jing. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Zero energy consumption is required. Exhaust zero power value 1000. Remaining zero. Day 1. You just tried it casually. Duen Tai Gong. It has reached the crispy layer. Feeling proud and uplifted. The next day. You are a survival expert. You thrive in the wild like a fish in water. Outdoor survival and such. Sprinkled some water. There are no women around you. Doubling the cultivation speed. Along with possessing cultivation skills. Higher efficiency. Easily break through to the second layer of the brittle body. Day 4. You've broken through to the brittle 3-layer level. The 7th day. You have broken through to the 4th layer of the fragile body. Day 15. You have broken through to the 5th layer of the brittle body. Day 16. The cultivation speed is too fast. You're so fast that you're worried about losing your foundation. You decide to take a breather. Exercise diligently every day. Consolidate physical fitness. 17th day. You found that strange patch of grass in the woods again. You estimate. This should be the first page of the cultivation method. The Lin cow mentioned in the foundational cultivation knowledge. But you don't know what breed it is. Day 20. You have arrived at the strange meadow again. You notice that the forest and grass have grown larger. Is it growing so fast? You are a bit surprised. Day 25. You have broken through to the 6th layer of the brittle body. You marvel at how quickly your cultivation speed has improved. Representatives from other countries. Maybe just now I learned what classical Chinese is. What is vernacular Chinese? The 30th day. Atasha's arrival. Health checkup. Drying clothes. Covering with a quilt. This set. You are already incredibly skilled. Day 32. Atasha wakes up. Before he could speak, you just threw him the stone knife and the dead fish. Let him go work. He wants to offer himself in gratitude. Snuffed out in the cradle. You reflect on yourself, simply a model of unpreparedness. Faced with such an angelic face, a woman with a devilish figure, how could you be so indifferent? The 33rd day, you reveal the truth. Night of the 39th day, you have advanced outdoor survival skills. A grass hut was built in the tree. Let Natasha stay inside. He was strictly ordered not to come out. During this period, you are very strict with him, just like a master commands a maid. He is with you, can receive protection, can still solve basic needs. He is also happy to serve you. So now you are very obedient. After settling down that Tasha, you arrived at the other side of the island. Sure enough, I saw it again. That guy with the bandaged head. The other party is about to show you. His strength lies in his dual-layered structure. You didn't say a word. He dashed forward in a swift movement, quickly approaching a Sanji's intense pressure. With one punch, he shattered his nose and skull. The Sanji kneels down begging for mercy, and secretly released the poisonous crabs. You have already taken precautions. But I didn't expect there to be more than one poisonous crab. Still got bitten. Asanji endured the excruciating pain on his face. Laughter echoed continuously. It means they want to kill you and leak your secrets. Your toxic variant is acting up, although it was painful after the poisoning, but it doesn't affect the action. And their combat power has increased again. You kick out with one foot. Asanji's leg broke into a sharp point on the spot. Another kick. The sound of a bone breaking. It sends chills down one's spine. Seeing this point, Qin Wen was already grinning from ear to ear. That's right. That's how it is. Damn Baisan. Qin Wen couldn't help but feel. This simulator cheat. It's really great. Can let him know in advance. Things that will happen in the future. Similar dangers. He can take precautions in advance. And take the initiative. Look, this simulation. Not a single word of nonsense. Just go up and take down a San. Because of the self in the fifth simulation, I have already gone through 4 simulations. I have learned a lot about the future. Day 40, you have the body of Asen Ji. Throw it into the sea to feed the fish. Toxic transformation cannot let you be completely immune to poisoning. Scorpion venom affects your body. Some poisoning reactions still occur. You lie weakly on the shore. You have no words in your heart. How did I end up on the beach again? After the tide rises, I'm afraid it's going to be over again. Natasha still didn't listen to you. She saw you didn't come back all night. I still came out to look for you after dawn. I found you lying on the shore. Natasha struggled with your height of 1.8 meters, dragged onto the coconut grove grass, to avoid being swept away by the rising tide. Natasha discovered you were poisoned, ventured deep into the dense forest alone, searching for herbs that can detoxify. These past few days, you taught her a lot of wilderness survival skills, including the identification of herbs. You fainted. Day 41, under Natasha's care, under the influence of toxins that dissolve autonomously due to the toxic variant. You have recovered. Day 50, you notice that your cultivation speed has slowed down. It is clearly because the talent of not having women in my heart no longer works. Day 51, you discover the forest's vegetation. It started to turn yellow. You realize this thing is just like chives. 1 dose at a time. When maturity arrives, failure to harvest in time will wither away. Day 55, Natasha is dead. I can only tell you before I die. While searching for the antidote herbs for you, she tried many unknown herbs. There might be poisonous plants inside. Now the poison has set in deeply. No solution. You feel a hint of guilt in your heart. You've been going through a lot lately. He is not gentle with her at all, often scolded. But Natasha sees you as a benefactor, gave you everything, still willing to be a slave and servant. Day 56. You buried Natasha by the seaside. Deeply moved inside, a mortal's life is like a fleeting drift. Fleeting moment, you strengthened your resolve to seek knowledge first. Seeing this, Qin below Jesus made a sarcastic remark. Why did Natasha die again? What an unfortunate person. A delicate woman like her, arriving in such a foreign land, a person's struggle for survival, cultivating immortality. It's really too difficult. Chosen by the way of heaven. It is truly her greatest misfortune. Qin Wen continued to look at the simulation. Day 60. After a few days of preparation, you reinforced the small boat, prepared ample supplies. You are about to begin your age of exploration. It has only been 2 months so far. Are you sure? Others are without cheats. Boundaries are certainly no match for you. Asan at the second layer of body refinement. They were driven out and looted. You have reached the 5th level of body tempering. Parker Gill, Day 61. You left the island where you were born, sailing towards the north. Day 62. The wind is strong and the waves are high at sea. It's good that you reinforced the small boat. And the winds and waves here, compared to the previous simulation, going south is much smaller. Day 63, you see the distant sea surface. There is a long worm with 4 snakes and 4 beauties. in the midst of a sea whirlwind. Hurry and adjust your direction. Sailing to the east. Day 65. I can no longer see that massive creature. You can finally relax. That must also be a demonic beast. It's just that their strength is far superior to those on the island. Day 66. You vaguely see an island in the distance. But just then, you encountered a deep-sea whirlpool. The small boat is about to be swallowed. 100-meter-long whale suddenly burst out from the whirlpool. Crash your little boat. I will knock you away, although the ship is destroyed. But you have also escaped the whirlpool. You swim toward that little island. For a survival master like you, it's a few thousand meters. No problem at all. You have logged in. Cautiously, meteor shower beach, thicket, dense forest, and so on. Is there any trace of someone having been active here? Day 67. After a day of exploration. Are you sure this is an uninhabited island? You scour the islands during the day. Evening cultivation. Duan Tai Gong. Day 70. You found 30 snacks on this island, and a moo of forest and grass. Take them all away. You exhibit a spirit of inquiry. I want to build a bigger boat myself. Day 80. Through the little bit of engineering knowledge from my past life. You keep researching. Finally, regarding the matter of building the large ship, there are some clues. Day 100. You built the foundation of the big ship. Only wood. No metal. All use the mouse-on structure for connection. The process of building a boat is also a great way to. Your realm has reached the 6th layer of the fragile body. Day 200. After repeated failures, try. You have finally succeeded in building a large ship. Can you share what you gained on the island? Take everything away. We can bring more supplies. And to prevent greater storms, at this moment, you have reached the 8th level of the fragile body. Day 201. You set sail again. Day 202. You are drifting at sea, having nothing to do, only through cultivation. There are no women around. The cultivation speed has significantly increased. You have reached the 9th layer of the crisp body. Day 203. You discovered a new island. On the shore, there is a person with a head full of messy golden hair, a bearded white man. Clearly, he's a representative of cultivation from a Western country. The other party saw such a large ship, thought I was a native of this world, waving to you with a strong Western accent in Chinese. Please save him. Take him to the mainland. You have logged in. Make him hand over the storage bag, construction method, and all the snacks found on the island, zero grass, and any other materials related to cultivating immortality. The other party pressed hard. I didn't expect a pirate to show up, but I can only obediently follow along. You took everything from him before leaving, and smashed his little boat as well. Day 204. You flipped through the newly acquired construction methods. It turns out to be a broken bow, the construction methods given to you by Netaxia. The same is true for this. It seems that everyone's initial technique is the same. Day 220. You have discovered another island of a foreign representative. You got it from him. Not only did I grab the initial storage bag, sacks, zero grass, this person is actually still on the island. Found some good fortune. You took it all away with you. You realize, on the island where everyone is born, not just snacks, Linkhow, there are also other cultivation supplies. Just need to search carefully. You have been campaigning on the sea for a year, gathered a ship's worth of cultivation supplies. Do you think it's time to land? Officially starting my cultivation journey. Day 571. You sail northward continuously, trying to discover the mainland. Day 572, you drift on the sea. Day 573, you are drifting at sea. Day 600, you still haven't discovered the mainland. Xiao Dao did discover quite a bit. During this time, you have experienced many dangerous maritime weather conditions. You're lucky. The boat is sturdy enough. Day 650. How do you feel about yourself? Maybe circling on the sea, that giant creature with 4 dragons and 4 intersections. You've encountered it several times already. Fortunately, the other party is too strong. I didn't take you seriously. You always managed to bypass him. Safe departure. On this day, you discovered a land shrouded in mist. It looks like the mainland, although it feels a bit unsafe. But this land extends far and wide. It is very likely to be the mainland. Day 651. You still chose to log in. Here, the farmland is shrouded. Visibility is extremely low. Ink shop. You hear a sharp crane. Who dares to intrude upon my cultivation paradise? Now will you finally know? It turns out you stumbled upon it by mistake. Entered the cultivation place of a certain immortal practitioner. These crops are clearly part of the formation he set up. Just don't want anyone to get close. You clasp your fists in explanation. Searching for the continent on my own. Accidentally entered this place. They see you as lowly. I didn't take you seriously. Let you leave the island on your own. Otherwise, it's kill without mercy. It turns out this is also an island. It's just a bit bigger. You ask the other person about the mainland direction. The other party is ignoring you. You remember, you have a ship full of spiritual stones. I want to exchange information about the direction of the continent with him. You stole a year. There are indeed many spirit stones, even if the other party's realm is profound. There's no such thing as having too many spirit stones. Your spirit stone has been taken by him. He pointed you in a direction. Before leaving, you ask him for advice. How to open the storage bag. The other party tells you. The low-level storage bag cannot recognize ownership. As long as there is spiritual power, input spiritual power, you can open and use it. If only there is brittle cultivation, then it will require inner strength. Use with a matching mantra. He taught you a mnemonic. You silently take note. Day 652, you tried several times. Finally, I can use the storage bag skillfully. You will take all the storage bags you grabbed this year. Everyone took a look. You discover that everyone's storage bag contains. There are some low-quality cultivation materials, and everyone's supplies are not exactly the same. Day 660, you follow the direction indicated by an unknown cultivator, sailing continuously, finally reached the mainland. On the way, you encountered some storms, but you use things from other people's storage bags. The talisman for seeking refuge from the storm. Safely get through. Seeing this, Qin was quite excited. Finally arrived on the mainland. It's been almost 2 years since this happened. It's really not easy. However, imagine yourself at sea, looted snacks for more than a year. In the end, everything was cheap. The unknown cultivator. It's really bad luck. Later, I saw the island shrouded in mist. It's better not to go up. Finally figured out how to open the storage bag. However, the text description does not mention the incantation. It may need to end at some point. You need to gain the corresponding memory reward. Day 661. You are ready to land. You discover that you can't put storage bags inside storage bags. a boat full of cultivation supplies. You can only carry a small amount with you. After careful selection, you found a hidden place. Hide the other supplies. Day 662. You temporarily stay in a fishing village by the shore. A simple fisherman took you in. There is a 20-year-old girl named Zhang Qiuehua in their family, still unmarried. She looked at you with sparkling eyes. The temperament of modern people and their mysterious origins deeply attracted her. Of course, it's mainly because you have a high level of attractiveness. Day 663. As you prepare supplies for another journey, inquiring with the villagers, "Where can I find a cultivation set?" The villagers' thoughts on cultivators. Completely bewildered, thought it was just a legend. You quickly realize this world is vast. Cultivators are just a small part of the human race. Most mortals will never encounter a cultivator in their lifetime. Evening. Zhang Qiuehua knocks on your door. Said they would bring you fish soup. You politely declined. What do you think of Qiuehua's looks and figure? With Natasha. Just like theirs, no difference from men. You can't muster any interest. Day 664. A group of bandits came to the village to collect protection money. You feel sentimental. The cultivation world surprisingly also has gang activities. The bandits not only collect protection fees, still beating and scolding the elderly and children, even forcibly taking some women into the small dark room. You originally didn't want to meddle, but one of the one-eyed wolves, they actually call you Little White Face. Let you also call it protection money. You are a practitioner of the 9 layers of green body. The bandits have no boundaries at all. You kill them like you would a bunch of chickens or dogs. You eliminated all these bandits in an instant. The villagers have all knelt before you. I bow down to you in reverence. Shouting for the hero and righteousness, Zhang Qiuehua is mesmerized by you. Come in the evening to seek solace and share news. Since you've come, you might as well stay. It's been lonely for a long time. Turning off the lights is the same. Day 665. The village chief came to find you early in the morning. It is said that there is a treasure in the village passed down through generations. You saved the whole village yesterday. After a night of discussion, every one, I have decided to give you this treasure, to express gratitude. You got it from the village chief. I got a dark, murky piece of wood. What kind of treasure is this? The village chief said, ancestors once used this wood to summon lightning, but now no one can do it. Let you give it a try. You channel a trace of inner strength. Enter this black wood. Sure enough, I saw the crackling arcs of electricity. The village chief was overjoyed. You are the guardian spirit of the village. Day 666. The bandits have come again. There are more people coming this time. There are also 2 martial arts masters comparable to the crispy layered duo. They are in cahoots with the previous bandits. Said they would take revenge for the second in command. You hold the thunderstrike wood. It's like holding a stun baton. Eliminate them again in an instant. You left a living witness. Let him lead the way to the bandits' hideout. You need to take them all out at once, so that they won't come to retaliate every now and then. Day 667. You stormed the bandits' lair, the wicked people who exploit the common folk. Take them all out. You are not from this world. Kill someone here. You have no sense of guilt. Moreover, the one killed was the notorious bandit. The bandit leader begged for mercy before dying, saying, "In my mouth, great immortal, spare my life." You ask him if he knows about the cultivators. He indeed knows a little. From the mouth of the bandit leader, you learn that it's 100 miles north. There is a valley shrouded in mist. It is said that immortals come and go. You killed the bandit leader. Preparing to head to Misty Valley. Day 668. You are leaving. The whole village can't bear to part with you. You tell them, the bandits have been wiped out. Let them live peacefully again. Don't worry. Day 669. You encounter a passing caravan. You hitched a ride. Heading north. Day 720. You found the Misty Valley that the bandit chief mentioned. But here, clearly, there is a spell town that isolates outsiders. You can't go in. You have no choice but to shout outside the valley. You want to fall into a noble family. Before long, a person flew out, stepping on a long sword. Indeed, it is a cultivator. You haven't spoken yet. The other party just killed you with a single sword strike. You hear the other person say before you die, "Fool, you also want to establish the Demon Path sect. The simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following talents. On One Piece. Jin, you are the king of the sea. You are proficient in all nautical knowledge. You are blessed by the sea. On the sea, one can always turn misfortune into fortune. When close to opportunity. Heartfelt connection. As long as you are out at sea, all your supernatural abilities are enhanced by more than 3 times. 2. The dragon plays with the phoenix. Green, your knowledge and skills in bed. Remarkably outstanding. 3. Mao Sheng Panin. Brain, your looks are even more handsome than Panin. The young ladies find you irresistible. Must earn a reward. How to use the storage bag. Shipbuilding technology. It has appeared. Golden talent. It really is related to one's own experiences. Because of the recent simulation, he roamed the seas for a year. As a result, I unlocked a golden talent of the Pirate King. However, may I still vent a bit? Finally set foot on the mainland. Why did it not live long before dying? The cause of death this time. Clearly, it was a mistake to trust the bandit leader. That bastard pointed at himself. It turns out to be a ruthless demonic sect that kills without blinking. However, the bandit leader himself might not even know. Is that the righteous path or the demonic path? After all, he is just a mortal. May I ask this time? Of course, I chose the Golden Talent Pirate King, although the other 2 talents. Very attractive to a normal man. However, Golden Talent is hard to come by. I don't want to miss it. Having this talent, at least I won't die from going out to sea anymore. And also can sense the opportunity approaching from the sea. Just this one. This is enough to be considered golden talent. After choosing the reward, how to use the storage bag in the rewards. Shipbuilding technology, also integrated into the brain. Please recite the incantation immediately, exerting the little inner strength I have left. Inject a thread into the storage bag. It's opened. May I ask to take out the things from the storage bag? Everything spilled out. A 3-foot-long treasured sword. 10 snacks. A bottle of elixir. A yellow talisman. A compass. A sword-wielding hero. He opened the sword case and took a look. This records a fundamental sword technique. Wind-chasing sword technique. Now I can learn some spells and powers of the cultivators. No longer is it the clumsy skills of the amateur practitioners. This simulation, although I have lived for less than 2 years, but there is quite a bit of useful information. Could you please summarize it? First, in the beginning due to language issues, and improve one's realm without relying on talent. Other countries' representatives can't match their own strength. We can go and loot them as soon as possible. Second, the fishing village after landing. There is a treasure. Let's call it Leijimu. Worth a try. Third, the area after logging in has dark magic. Be careful. That damned bandit leader. Eliminate him at the first opportunity. Let him harm himself. Fourth, now Tasha, be a bit nicer to him. This short-lived child. Audiences from the Huaxia nation on the blue planet. Please ask when you see it. They unexpectedly opened the storage bag. Everyone was immensely surprised. How did you do it? Isn't this storage bag supposed to be unopenable? There was still discussion online before. This storage bag may need to wait until it reaches the refiner's mirror to be used. How could it just end up like this? People from several countries. I also found a storage bag, but it just won't open. Is this progress really acceptable? Let's all become immortals together. I'm really not dreaming. In the official live broadcast room, Gen Zioxian also had a look of surprise on his face. Can this storage bag be accidentally opened? Bing Bing observes quite closely, said uncertainly, I just saw his mouth move, as if reciting a chant. Gen Zion gasped in surprise. Could it be that you are a hidden cultivator yourself? Gu Yu has a difference. Are you saying, our world, there are also cultivators? Zhu Dong's milk tea doesn't taste good anymore. No way. This is ridiculous. It seems that as we chat, let's talk about conspiracy theories. Gen Zioxin quickly stopped this topic. This is all just my guess. Our world. We still need to talk about science. Huaxia Tiandao Cultivation Office. This is how the Huaxia Kingdom is responding to the recent Heavenly Dao cultivation incident. A specialized organization formed to respond. Office location of the office. Located in the capital. In a government building. Observation room. There are over 200 screens in here. Every moment,